Well, surprise, surprise, it appears that Bad Robot with Warner Brothers will be casting a black actor for its new Superman film. And wouldn't you know it, they announced it on Henry Cavill's birthday. Oh, there are no friends in Hollywood. No. But you know what? A lot of people are mad at J.J. Abrams these days because he's been around at the destruction of just about every franchise. I can't blame him for Doctor Who, though. It's already destroyed, so I guess if someone offered him that, he's like, why? But hey, well played, sir. He managed to get his people into Warner Brothers and already has a big fat $500 million check for his Bad Robot services. And now he's cleverly surrounding himself with a bunch of tokens so that even though this all sounds like it will be slapjob crap, because every time they do this nonsense of trying to appease politically correct on steroids ideas, it's always a bunch of icing over a cakeless cake. There is no unique story here. There's no great cool idea. Well, you hadn't thought of it this way and that sort of thing, and a plot twist you didn't see coming and all that. No, there's none of that. It's again politically correct icing for a cakeless cake. And they're not even bothering to hide it anymore. You know, I mean, he flat out hires a racist to write the Superman film, and so he has damn sure he knows this thing will not go in. It's not going to make any money, you know. And what does he care? He made his money. Warner Brothers are just, they're just a bunch of idiots, apparently. But it's so bizarre. It is, it's constantly referred to as the current woke era as some kind of cult, and it's really the only way to look at it, because it's, and of course, I see this as some people, like I think J.J. Abrams, I don't think that he's deep into the Kool-Aid or anything, but he can see this as an easy way to protect product and productions that he's involved in with all this woke virtue signaling and whatnot. And he's got all his tokens in line and has no problem delving into this neo-segregationist movement here. So, he's not going to direct the movie. Because he doesn't have the right skin tone. So they got to have a black director for it. It's going to be a black Superman. So only black people can direct black people. See? and on and on and on it will go. So, and this plays into, they think like it's a big deal, like I've made this grand gesture, and that he plays the role of the white savior and all of this. And same thing with Kevin Feige, but especially with Feige saying, well, I didn't want, a white man in WandaVision. And that tells you all you need to know. I mean, the idea that he let that disrupt the plot and story of that show. That was not how the show was supposed to go. And they did that just for this, And so that I was, Doctor Strange was the one I was looking forward to. And actually, Cumberbatch is their bankable star, because all their stories have ended, with the exception of Thor, and then Black Widow, yes, but that's a prequel, and then I think she's done, And after all of that, and all of this is what's paramount. That's what's important, is this superficial social justice lying, which ends up being racist. You're tokenizing people, you're using them like this. You're trying to stir up hornets' nests and get people at each other. It's disgusting. But I guess that's the orders from Disney. I don't know. But again, Feige's good. What does he care if the movies are crap from here on out? So Abrams is doing the same thing. And I guess perhaps he sees DC. DC could have been something if he had actual ideas and was a decent and good manager of these franchises. But right off the bat, what does he do? Well, of course, he's get taken over Justice League Dark, and the big lead character out of that is Constantine. Well, we can't have a blonde, blue-eyed white dude, so he's going to be an Arab. And they're going to completely rewrite the character to where he's not even, because they said, nah, we won't refer to any religion or anything. And so I guess all the demon possession stories are out. I don't know. So it's a completely new character. If he did a completely new character, well, that would be interesting, but he doesn't have what it takes to do that. So just use the brand name, and maybe it'll make a few bucks, but it's not. It's not. This is the template of Ghostbusters 2016. Need I say more? And so it's not going to work. And here we have Superman, which is, well, multiverse and all that. And they, according to this article, it won't be. I think it was the Hollywood Reporter, or maybe I'm thinking of another. Sorry, but I'll link the ones I've read down below. But that it won't be linked to the DCEU. Okay, so multiverse thing, but maybe they'll do a depiction of Calvin Ellis and Val Zod. I thought the Val Zod story would be better. There seems to be a lot of indication that the Black Adam, not an indication, they've already said it. They're going to introduce the Justice Society. And I wondered, would there be some connection to that? Would it be the Earth 2 version that they recently did with New 52 and all that, which is where Val Zod was introduced? It's not the greatest story in the world, but it's better than the Calvin Ellis one, which was just over the top kissing Obama's ass. That's all it was for. Ultimately, Grant Morrison did this multiversity thing, and all that was just a tour of the multiverse, and it's great and all. And so Calvin Ellis kind of became the Superman of that group. And yeah, you could do an adaptation of that, but that's not what they're doing. They don't care. So he will not be Calvin Ellis. He will not be Val Zod. He will be Clark Kent. Because the only reason Clark Kent was white was because America's a racist nation. That's the logic of it. And they say, oh, it's going to be set in the 20th century. Okay, whatever. Some have suggested they're going to try to retcon the Donner movie and just redo it with a black Superman instead. I don't know how to buy that. And the suggestion, I didn't see where it's going to be set in the 80s, but maybe it will be. I was thinking, like, oh, maybe they'll take it all the way back to the 30s, like the original story, which would be an interesting thing if they actually did adapt it. But that's, again, what's more important? Oh, that social justice icing over the cakeless cake. So, and of course, continuing the spite and nastiness that's in the Hollywood world of doing this on Henry Cavill's birthday. It's just a coincidence. No. So they already know what would make money. They already know what has a shot at being successful. They've already seen it. And no. So that, when it comes to that, you're a business, you're supposed to seek profit for it, for your shareholders and all that, and yet you're going to pursue this cult. That's why it's even beyond weird. I don't know how many are deep in this and what the real purpose is. It's quite a strange mystery there. That it's terrible, but at the same time fascinating about what happened with Star Wars and all that, and now this. But for the likes of Abrams and stuff, hey, he's got his $500 million, so he wins no matter what. And they probably, yeah, JJ, yeah, he's like, oh, you like that, huh? Cool, huh? Oh, that's brilliant, JJ. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I've got a black Superman. Well, but the insult comes back to it. So they did have a black Superman even before Val Zod and Calvin Ellis for the multiverse type thing. They had Milestone, which introduced Icon. He's basically black Superman. But then, the popular character to come out of that was Static. He even got his own cartoon series and stuff. Nothing. Haven't heard anything about that. They're going to have the Hispanic or Latino Blue Beetle. which they've introduced him in the comics. And since Blue Beetle's been a legacy type character, the most popular one was Ted Kord. But again, he's white. So they'll do that one. That had been talked about for a long time. But yeah, Static and Icon, no, yeah, they're not good enough. Vixen, she got introduced on CW. So that's, so I guess in this case, CW did better. And as we go forward, it appears they will do better than what Bad Robot's DC Universe will. And, of course, Black Lightning, his show's coming to an end, but at least he got one. But no movie for him. No movie. There was a Jon Stewart Green Lantern in the Snyder Cut. Oh, get that out of there. So spare me. Spare me the crap that you're on this crusade to uplift Black America or what have you. You're not. In fact, you're insulting them. And this is terrible. Absolutely awful. But it seems like Hollywood is behind the times, And sooner or later, one of these studios will be the last one caught holding the bag. They'll crash and burn. Most of them are going to anyway. But when it comes to following this trend, and if the Twitterverse trends were so important, then CW must be the greatest TV network that ever existed, the most popular, because every time Batwoman's on, it trends on Twitter. The Flash trended on Twitter. Supergirl still trends. Yeah, you buy that, huh? But the thing of it is, it's like, hey, this will all fail, and then we'll get back to the common sense, and they got decades of material to adapt and make some good films. There's only so much time in a lifetime, and I'm no spring chicken, So I think this is it. Rewatch old stuff and look for more independent properties. Marvel had a good run for 10 years, and DC had a hit and miss here and there, but that's it. The real shame of it is Henry Cavill was born to play Superman, and then nothing, over some spiteful fight between the Snyder camp and Warner Brothers, I guess. I don't know, but that's it. So maybe The Rock can have Henry Cavill in his Black Adam movie, and they'll just say, yeah, multiverse. Or not. I don't know. But again, there are no friends in Hollywood. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness. So many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.